cocktail hour, so rock 'em up. Ooh, mama, it's cocktail hour, so pour it up.
What's up, guys? It's your girl, Zeta Lisa. Welcome to Mama's Cocktail Hour. Come on in. So, super excited to be here tonight. It's been a couple of days since I showed my face on here. So, what's up, guys? If you're new to my channel, what's up? My name is Zeta Lisa, and I do everything hip hop media, news. Someone dropped in my comments like gossip. Yeah, you can call it gossip, but it really just is the real. So I give you the real. I'm fair, I'm honest, and I give it to you from a New York girl perspective. So today we are going to be discussing, of course, Diddy, because there is some new Diddy information that just dropped. It looks like he does have another lawsuit on his hands. It looks like a girl came out. She's a Jane Doe specifically, stating that she was gang raped when she raped. Let's put some respect on YouTube's name. Gang raped in 2003. So we're going to get into all of that. But before we do, we're also going to talk Roger Bonds. Roger Bonds is back. I don't know if anybody cares. Like, I think a lot of people are sick of him. He said he was going to say something. Then he dropped off of Instagram. Then he's back on Instagram talking about that they fought like anybody. We going to get into Mr. Bonds. I don't know if anybody cares, but I definitely want to bring you what's going on. How's everybody doing today? I don't know if you guys checked out my new intro, but if you have not, it's super dope. And just rewind and go back to that and let me know in the comments what you think. I think it's trendy. I think it's hip. I'm super proud of it. So drop me a comment, please, and let me know what you think of my intro. I'm new to this YouTube game, but like I said, I knew to giving you the New York news. And like I told you, Diddy is everything New York. I grew up in the 80s, 90s, and can tell you how I perceive Diddy, coming from being a New Yorker, a Latina, raised in Hell's Kitchen. Like, Diddy was a very pivotal part of hip hop. And I think that's why it is so daunting when everything is coming out, because it kind of feels like, wow, this is going to be a big chunk of hip hop that is kind of like the thing that you don't want, like, the dirty clothes in the back of your closet that you don't want to see, that you cover up. Like, I feel like all this stuff that goes on in hip hop is that pile of laundry that you don't want nobody to see, that's in the corner. Like, that's what these allegations of grape, of exploitation, of stealing people's publishing, about never wanting to be anybody better than you. All these things kind of come into play. So I think that it's so layered because so many things are coming out. So it's not even just like of course Diddy's like the focal point of everything, but then there's all these branches. There's all these, like, you have Harvey Pierre, you have other alleged victims, you have his girlfriends and their perspective, other people that physically worked with him, right? In Revolt, there was some whispers about people also like having that there was potential alleged lawsuits from people in Revolt. So, all these whispers are coming. So, like, Diddy is definitely at the center of this, but then it just breaks down. And this is where it's getting real sticky for Diddy. But before we get into Diddy, we going to jump a little bit back and we are going to speak about Diddy's security guard, Roger Bonds. So, Mr. Bonds first came to us on social media. Everybody was believing him. He was actually also featured in Cassie's lawsuit. So we knew of him. So when he came out and finally said that he was going to talk about what happened, people were hyped. The Instagram was going crazy. Then he was like, "Oh, okay, I'm going to talk when I get to 1,000 followers, right? So everybody's following, like he must have hit 1,000 followers or in like, I don't know, a couple of hours. He said he was going to go live. He goes live. Something happened with his camera. Long story short, the next time that we see Roger Bonds again, he's letting us know nothing happened. So the internet streets was ripping him a new one, calling him all types of liars and deceiters and all of that, right? And now, guys, to make matters even worse, because everybody was like, yo, he got paid off. Diddy hit him with the money? Diddy gave him that? Obviously, guys, Diddy didn't give him either enough or Diddy hit him with the yo. Don't worry, I got you, brother. I got you. I'm going to take care of you. And when that check didn't clear, Roger Bonds was back on the Instagram talking about, I got an interview for you guys. So we are going to play that right now. Let's listen.
The powers that be, I had to sit back. I had to watch everything that was going on. And now I'm ready to give y'all what y'all want. I'm not like these other dudes jumping on everything that's coming. I was waiting on the right opportunity. We sat back. And now I'm coming at y'all. The interview that y'all really want to hear. The answers that y'all really want to hear. We're going to have a discussion. We're going to talk about it. And believe me, it's going to be well worth the wait. Salute, gentlemen. Y'all was pushing.
All right. So salute to the general. You heard it yourself. It looks like he's actually working. He's on his truck. He's working, and he let you guys know that the interview that you wanted to hear, he's coming with it. Now, do we care? Do we believe him at this point? At this point, I want to say that they was all talking about Cassie being a money grab, but this is the real dude right here who's in for the money grab. Yes, he has some real going on with his son. His son is in Africa. For whatever reason, he I think he was charged of a murder, and he's been there for 13 years. They've been trying to fight to get him back. They can't afford a legal team. And Roger Bonds, was implying that he needed 100,000, or there was talks of money. So this is the real money grab right here. I think Roger Bonds lost all his credibility when he said, "Yo, yeah, they fought like everybody else fought." Like when I heard that, I was like, "Really though? Really though?" It was all cap, like it was. So I don't know, guys. Like, I don't care. But I want to give you the real always so that you know, so that you stay up to date. So it looks like he is going to be saying something. I don't want to hear from him again until it's actually done. Like at this point, if you ain't going to bring it, then stop letting us know and stop leading us on. So that is your man, Roger Bonds. But let's go on to his boss, Diddy. When this came across my screen, it's like with every story, you think it can't get any worse. Like, it can't. And for all the haters that are like, oh, we're talking about Diddy again. And listen, this is the biggest story that has hit the hip hop culture in forever. Like, I even think that this may, people may be like, are you crazy? Like, I think this is bigger to me than the Biggie and Pac beef. Like, I think it's because he had so many hands in so many pots that there's like so many different stories coming out. So it's like you're hearing it from all angles. Just the other day we were talking about the locks. So you hear his relationship with his artists. We're now starting to finally hear his relationship with his significant others, such as Kim Porter, such as Cassie, such as Gina. So it's so layered when it comes to Diddy, and it's really like it's exposing a whole entertainment business. Like it's exposing everything from the Russell Simmons to the Harvey Pierres. It's exposing how deep and nasty Hollyweird can really be. Like, seriously, it makes me be like, yo, back in the day, people used to be in it for fame, and no, I didn't. Like, you shouldn't be in anything for fame, because this is the type of level stuff that you have to be subjected to. Imagine these girls who just was going in there because they organically, want to dance, want to sing, want to do something, and then they're freaking pushed into some freak offs and forced to do things against their will. And then they're left to be criticized by all of you, and why it took you so long to talk, and why, listen, I talk about this all the time. And my platform, I am completely fair, but there are some times, like, we just have to, can we give, Cassie her grace? Because she has set off a domino effect. And now we got all these people who are coming out. And I'm gonna give you guys a little tea later, but I did hear about an alleged man possibly coming out next. But we gonna get into that. Let's get into some of the specifics regarding this grape allegation. So, it's real when Diddy is up in the New York Times. Like, when I saw that, I was like, wow, he's on the New York Times. Like, I don't see a comeback. You would have to have the biggest PR. Like, you need to, like, right now, what he's doing? Like, I feel like this is an episode of Blacklist, where he's in the bot forums telling people, like, yeah, I need to buy 100,000 likes. I need to buy 100,000 comments, positive comments. I need to buy some troll. Like this type of shit was all, like, played out in Blacklist. I don't know if you guys ever catch Blacklist, but it's such a dope show because it kind of sheds light on some of the shadiness that happens politically, in the music industry, in the movie industry, and it does it in a very, like, creative way. So check out Blacklist. But there was this episode where this guy, they were trying to change a narrative, right? And so this is the only way that Diddy's coming back. Like, some people may be like, yo, Z, he's not coming back at all. Well, I agree. After I read this, I was like, there's no coming back from this. So I'm just gonna read you a little bit of it. I'm gonna paraphrase it myself, and we're gonna get into it. So it looks like Sean Diddy Combs has been hit with his fourth sexual lawsuit that accuses him and others of gang raping a 17-year-old girl at his Big Apple recording studio after flying to the city and plying her with drugs, alcohol 2 decades ago. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know, but like I said, giving it to you from a New York girl's perspective, Diddy's daddy's studio was actually located on 44th Street and between 8th and 9th Avenue. Okay, so think about where this is located for anybody who's not from New York. That means that it's in Times Square. So Times Square can run from 42nd Street. You can see lights and stuff all the way on 8th Avenue. So his recording studio was literally in the heart of everything. So it wasn't like, it was a very busy area, like Times Square, there's tourists there. He was, like, in the heart of everything. So it looks like they took this girl from Detroit, and let's see if we can get into it. So the woman who filed the lawsuit is a Jane Doe. She filed it anonymously in a federal court, and claims she was in the 11th grade when she was raped by Combs, as well as Harvey Pierre, the longtime president of his record label Bad Boys. So it looks like this all took place in 2003. So it looks like she could barely stand up following the rape and had to be helped out to walk out the building and back into the car. So they're not really getting into the specifics. It looks like they're jumping around, but let me give it to you the real way. So it looks like Harvey Pierre met this girl in a club while she was 17 years old. People throwing side eyes, but I know I was definitely in the club at 17 years old. It wasn't strange that girls looked a little bit older back then. I will be fair and say that. So she was in a club. Harvey Pierre peeped her and was like, "Oh, you look pretty." He lured her in by telling everyone that telling her that he knew P. Diddy. Do you want to go see him? It looks like they jumped in a flight to Teterboro, New Jersey. And from there, she was whisked away in a car that took her to Diddy's studio. So basically, from New Jersey to New York, they drove. That hour is probably like approximately anywhere from 45 minutes. They drove to Diddy's studio. And at that point is where there are photos of the girl in the studio. There's actually a photo with Diddy and the girl sitting on his lap, and her taking photos in the actual studio. It's crazy. Like there's a P and a D on it, like P Diddy. He's really full of himself. But anyways, that's how I feel. He's definitely full of himself. So she goes into the studio. She was probably, of course, starstruck. She was then brought into the bathroom and she was told to bend over, and she was raped by Diddy, by a third unidentified man, and by Harvey Pierre, allegedly. And so this is where we're at, guys. She was drugged on her way to the actual event. She was given copious amounts of drugs and alcohol. She couldn't even walk. She states that she had to fall to the floor in a fetal position. Um it looks like it says when it was over, Pierre allegedly left Doe on the bathroom floor, lying in the fetal position in pain, the court documents allege. After helping her into her car, the men flew the teen home. The suit claims, noting that the return trip was very blurry. The suit claims that photos of that day included are the court documents prove that Doe was in the studio in Combs before the alleged rape. So let me tell you why I feel like this is the worst one for him. I mean, Cassie's was definitely worse. Cassie's was mind blowing. And the reason why I feel like it's mind blowing is because she was actually with him for 10 years, right? So the fact that someone that was with you for that long, and she's a very sweet girl, very beautiful, everybody has nothing but nice things to say about her, and she came forward with that information. So anything now after this just really just made his character, and I think he knows that. He definitely knows that at this point. But it just seems to be the same type of stuff, right? So they get these women, they drug them, they make them get incapacitated, and then they take advantage of them allegedly. Like this is the type of this is the motto it seems to be like in the game. Mark Curry even put out in his interview, he put out that there used to be bottles, right? There used to be bottles for like the girls that they knew that they couldn't drink, and then bottles for the dudes. And people would be like, yo, guys, you can only take these type of bottles. Mark Curry said it like very like passively. Like he didn't even catch himself like, "Oh shit, I said that." Like that. Now that I look back at that, that's crazy, but that was the type of environment it was in the 90s and early 2000s growing up in New York City. There was ecstasy in every club. There was Exit was a big club on 55th Street. If you guys know Exit. Exit was a big club. People were on ecstasy in Exit. They were out there like it was crazy, okay? But yeah, so it's not hard to just see that this is just all becoming a pattern. Um, the craziest thing about this whole situation is that Cassie's lawyer is now representing the girl, the Jane Doe in this case, and he is bringing it home. So I do think that at this point, Diddy is nervous. He's shaking in his boots and he is so angry because somebody who is narcissistic has no choice when they get anxious but to be angry. So it looks like he put out a statement. And when he put out a statement, I knew when he put out this statement that there was something coming, because this was actually what I saw first before I saw the 17-year-old girl lawsuit. She's not 17 years old now, guys. This happened over 20 years ago, but um he put out this statement nonetheless, and I was like, wow, it gives me, and let me know, guys, like if this statement is giving you R. Kelly vibes when he was sitting in that interview with Gail, because this is the vibes I'm getting from this. Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character. Assassinate your character. Wow. Let's talk about some real assassinations that went down allegedly by your hands. Allegedly. But assassinating his character, destroying my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me absolutely be clear. I did not do any of these awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Sean Diddy Combs. So he is no longer Brother Love. We can now refer to this man as Sean Diddy Combs. Diddy is shaking in his boots, guys. He really is. He doesn't know what's next. One interesting thing that I have been hearing, right? People are like, "Oh, how are these allegations still coming out? Why is it that these allegations are coming out? Didn't the time frame already stop for the Adult Child Survivors Act?" Well, it looks like this actual lawsuit was filed back in November. It looks like Cassie's lawyer is being strategic about how he's putting these lawsuits out. So we don't know how many more are coming, and he's just trying to kind of push along. It was said through these internet streets that he was strategically placing them so that not one story gets lost. So who knows, guys? Let me know in the comments if you guys think that this is being strategically placed by Cassie's lawyer and there's more to come. Let me know what you think about Diddy's comment here. Do you think he's being sincere? Let me know what you guys think about Roger Bonds. Are we tired of him? We are sick of him. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Say what's up. I'm going to be here giving you guys content all day, every day. And I will check you guys out in the next video.
You heard it.